Hello, welcome. I want to talk about how we make this shift happen. What does it actually look like? What does it entail? How is it kind of going to go energetically? And how does all these pieces fit together? So let's dive in and really start to dissect what this looks like and talk about what the guides have brought through so that we can really move forward with our missions here. Okay, all right. I'm excited to share this. Bear with me here. I have a little bit of a sore throat, so my voice is, I'm giving you a little deeper context here. All right. So we are on the precipice of just huge shift happening. And this is obviously happening on really two humongous levels on a broader sense. So there's this huge group of us that I've been talking about, these third and fourth wavers, and I guess the first and second are part of that. If you don't know what that means, feel free to watch my previous videos. But then we have these later awakeners, the fifth and sixth wavers that are about to start waking up. And this kind of looks like massive turmoil for a lot of them, huge awakenings and awarenesses. And yes, while we're here to hold the energy and the space for them, we're also here to hold that space for us because it's like almost bracing for impact. But I want to talk about, well, how does this happen? Yes, they're waking up, but there's a whole world, society that we're looking to shift. And there's industries and programs and things like that that are involved in this that also need to shift. And this is what I want to focus on today. So the guides were very adamant about saying when it comes to these industries, they have these formulas that they've been operating in. It's almost like a rinse and repeat cycle. And I think we've all become privy to this. I have these tactics that I'll use to pull consumers in, to get them to buy into what I'm selling to them. And I get to keep making all this money and I get to have all this quote unquote power and control over people because I'm kind of manipulating their brains to buy into what I'm selling to them. So as a planet, it's the industries that are really starting to fall. And how do they do that? How is that going to happen? Is it just all of a sudden like people wake up? Kind of. That's part of it. But there's this aspect where my guides are telling me it's the consumer that is going to cause the shift. It's the consumer that is going to cause the fall. And it kind of is already happening a little bit with people like us. So if you consider yourself a light worker or a starseed, when you awakened, what you started consuming as far as like entertainment, food, maybe even medicines, all sorts of different things, it shifted. Your life looks completely different than how it did before because of what you started consuming. I know for me, when I awakened, it was like, oh my gosh, I couldn't get enough of like reading books, watching videos, listening to podcasts, all about this stuff. My whole diet changed, the way my lifestyle changed. The things that I was consuming just completely took a 180. And this is really going to start happening. So it's twofold. So these people, this large group of people that's about to wake up, I feel like this year, and they're kind of going to start getting hit, I feel like in April. These eclipses are coming in. We have an eclipse in Libra happening on the 25th, and it's just like, wow, that's in relationships and how we kind of go about interacting with each other. And I think relationships on even a societal level are going to start shifting. So the cosmos are really energetically supporting this shift. All right, so what's going to happen is as these people start to wake up, just like you and I did, they're going to want something deeper. It's like they're going to start noticing the formulas that these industries have operated in, and they're going to be like, I'm consuming the same shit over and over and over again. Like, I need something more. There's something more here. And I also can feel, and it seems like these industries are just trying to pull me in and make money off of my stupidity. The fact that I'm not aware of what they're doing. So I want to use the entertainment industry as an example because this is something my guides love to talk to me about just because it's the industry that I was a part of. So they were showing me like those TV shows. And if you live in America, you're familiar with those like bigger networks, you know, on cable. So I feel like I don't want to say them on. I don't feel like getting flagged for something. But, you know, these like major networks where like, you know, just they have these sitcoms that they just plow out every year that, you know, run. They try to get syndication, all this stuff. And it's like the same thing over and over again. I know my husband and I always look at each other and we're like, wow, another cop show? It's like, how many of those do we frickin' need? I mean, I don't watch any of this stuff anyways, but it's just funny to be like, wow, they just make the same shows over and over and over again, it seems like. You know, they're just taking Friends and plugging it into a different cast and like just tweaking the storyline a little bit. It just feels like, and I know this because I auditioned for these things over and over and over again. And then I also read the pilots. I submitted to like write on shows and all these things. So it's easy to recognize the formula. And what the entertainment industry loves to do is the rinse and repeat. Okay, we have this formula of how you create a show, and it's almost like it's like MSG, but for the brain, the entertainment side of the brain. You know, it's like we're gonna get you addicted to it, just like they put MSG in the food. It's like that salt that like gets you addicted to the food. It's like they do it in television or film too, with these formulas. We know how to like hook people in, and they're just gonna be like, okay, like consuming zombies. So with all of this light hitting the planet and these people waking up, they're going to be like, wait a minute, I'm so sick of watching this same thing over and over again. And it's kind of happening a little bit with these streaming services coming out, and they're offering different types of shows, and they're going outside of the formulas a little bit, but there's still like formulas within the formulas. You know what I mean? Where it's like, we're going to talk about the same type of stuff, but in maybe a slightly extended formula. So what's going to happen is people are going to want something deeper. I know there's something more here. Same with like the pharmaceutical industry or, you know, the medical industry. It's just like, wait a minute. Every time I go to the doctor, they're just like, here, take this 3 times a day and you'll be fine. It's like, huh? Well, I'm taking this and I'm getting all these other symptoms. And then I'm like turning on the TV and they have all these commercials for all of these, you know, medicines, and then they list like all of the side effects really quickly and quietly. And it's like, wait a minute, there's got to be something else here. And I think people's brains are going to start doing this. And the light quotient that's like hitting the planet is going to cause this to happen. And it's kind of like the same thing that caused us to wake up. But and again, not like we're better than them, but we didn't have quite as much density in our bodies. So it didn't take as much light to push us into our awakening. As far as these industries, they're going to keep trying these same things. And I think they're going to lose customers, consumers. I'm going to be like, what's going on? And they're going to keep trying to push it even harder. And then the higher ups are going to like get angry at the people who are like, you know, working to keep the industry or the business going, and they're gonna be like, figure this out. And they're just like, I don't know, like, this is what I know how to do. So then those people are gonna be like, this is some bullshit. And they're gonna like maybe lose their jobs. They're not gonna have anywhere to go because it's like they only know how to do this one thing. And that's because they haven't gone through their awakening yet. So the crumbling of these industries also is going to push people into a massive awakening. And again, it's happening through the light hitting the planet, the consumers, people waking up and wanting something deeper, wanting something more. I know there's something healthier here for me. There's more for me to sink my teeth into, and they're going to want to do it. They're looking for it. And this is where we come in. We have been going through our dark nights of the soul, and we have doing our shadow work and stepping into our light work. And we're now in this point where we're building everything for New Earth. We are offering who we are, and we're trusting our intuition and the guidance that's coming through. And it's like, this might seem crazy because it doesn't exist anywhere. And it's like, yeah, it's not supposed to. We're not supposed to follow these industries that are about to crumble and just do what they do. No, we're here to build the new ones. And it's so needed, because when these people start waking up, they're going to start wanting to consume what people like us are offering. And that's what's really important. So this is how we create the bridge even more. This is how we bridge the gap even more. And a lot of us are already doing it. And if you're like, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, I'd love to help you. I have sessions that will look into this, your soul mission, on my website, sarahshookhealing.com. I also have a webinar on my website. It's $16 that you can download, called the Lightworkers Council, that will help you understand more of why your soul came here and how you're here to help. So there are resources. Yes, and this is part of my soul mission, to help you all understand this. And I love doing it. I've been talking with so many of you, and I'm so grateful for it. And it's just so cool to see how all these pieces are fitting together. So it's really important, because these industries, and again, this is like the entertainment industry, the food industry, the medical industry, the media industry, even the political industry, because it's an industry, and the banking industry, like all of it. It's just like they have these systems, these programs that they run in this rinse and repeat pattern, and it's just old. It's stale. With so much light on the planet now, it doesn't make sense. People are going to be looking not only for something new, but again, something deeper. So a lot of us, I've said this before, but we may feel like we've had, like multiple lives in this one lifetime. We have these themes, like, we worked this one type of job for a while, and then we got called into a different industry. Maybe you worked as an accountant and then you hated it. So then you went into the restaurant industry, and then you start having an awakening, and then you're getting into all the spiritual stuff, and you're like, okay, I think I'm supposed to bring all these together somehow. And it's starting to percolate. And what we had to do was we had to go into these systems, into these industries, and discover how they operate, like what their mojo is. And we had to be a part of it. Like, maybe you were a musician and you went into the music industry and you were just like, great, I love music and I want to make this happen. And you just met so many toxic people, and it was just like, wow, this industry is so toxic. I hate it, but I want to be a musician. But you just couldn't handle how frustrating it was, and all the hoops you had to jump through. I know for me, it was just every year in January and February, you do something called pilot season. And it was just like, oh my God, just trying to get your foot in the door in this way. And I got put on hold for so many shows. And then they're like, you're being passed on to producers, you're being passed on to the studio. And it's then the network. And then they're like, but they decided to go with somebody they've already used 1,000,000 times. And it's just like, okay, you get sick of it. And you're just like, there's something more here. I have something more to offer. And I'm so sick of dealing with this crap, this toxicity all the time. And that's what that industry does. It just spins your wheels, these industries. And I think people are going to get sick of spinning the wheels. They're going to look for something else. There's another way here. I don't know what it is, but these people know. They seem to have found it out, these third and fourth wavers. I'm going to go see what they're all about. Again, here's this encouragement. If you're like, I have this thing I want to build, this thing I want to do, I just want to offer a dance class, please do it. People are really going to need it. These skills we've been picking up through our awakening are really coming in, and it's time to put them into practice and into the physical. So we went into these industries initially before our awakening so that we could understand them. And then now, over the past couple of years, we've been pulling these systems and these industries out of our body with our awakening. And the light has been helping us do that. Last year, we've really been doing it. And now we're here building our thing. And I've talked about April through August, kind of September, where it's like this goes into hyperspeed. We're really like hammering it out and making this a thing for ourselves. So we're combining the knowledge of what worked in the old world with this higher dimensional consciousness. And we're just bringing this industry up to the higher dimensions and like bringing it together so that we can create the new earth industries that will hold people in a much higher light and better way. So as these industries start to crumble, people are going to be looking for places to go. They're probably going to be starting an awakening, and maybe a lot of us have been starting our own new earth businesses. Or a lot of people I've been shown are going to go out to the land. Yeah, okay, I really want to hit on this point. Okay. So a lot of us are going to go out to the land and build something there. There's this juxtaposition between the cities and the land. And I'm not saying it's just the cities and like, we're moving out to like meadows and building new stuff. Kind of, but like, I think people who have been living in these major cities trying to get into these industries and like make it work, and they're just grinding their gears, they're going to get fed up and they're going to go, okay, I'm going to go do my own thing and I'm going to find my own space and screw this industry. And I think a lot of us are starting to do that right now, but it's going to happen even more. And the guides are showing me that there's this huge amount of light that's almost like this pressure cooker around these huge cities. So like LA, New York, Chicago, these major cities. That's just America. So if you live in other countries, maybe it's like London, Dublin, whatever it may be, these pressure cookers of light are going to be around these major cities where a lot of industry is. I think all cities, because it's such a congested area of people, and they're all going to be like, oh my God, I'm awakening. All this stuff is happening. And it's going to be so intense in the cities, I think, that they're going to want to start moving out to the land. And these industries are going to start crumbling. I think people are going to lose their jobs. And I don't mean this in a bad way. It's good ultimately, but they're going to be seeking a place to go. So let's say it's the entertainment industry, and these writers eventually, I don't think it's all happening this year. It's, my guides told me this is all happening over the next 20 years. So this whole like transition of the cities is happening, where I think they're going to be like kind of no man's lands a little bit. Like, wait, this used to be a city. There's hardly anybody here. It looks like, a small town or something. And the cities are really going to transform because it's such a congested area of energy. I think people are going to need more space because their energy is going to be getting bigger. They're going to need more space to let it be, to let it express, to let it heal, all that kind of stuff. So as these industries crumble, people might lose their jobs. They're going through an awakening. They might leave the jobs. I don't know. Kind of no, but it's like, this is the idea of what may happen. They're going to be seeking refuge somewhere else. And we'll have built these communities, these other businesses. They're going to come out to the land where other people have started building new earth. And they are going to be like, okay, there's something here that I need. And they're going to seek either employment or retreat, and be a part of these communities and these businesses so that they can heal and they can go through their awakening and be held in a safe space. And this doesn't mean like, oh, we take on anybody, because I know I've said previously, we have to have our boundaries. But I think this is down the road, like maybe in 5 years or so. It could be happening in the next year. But the people who are willing to go through their awakening, who are willing to step into their awareness and their higher consciousness and do the work, they're going to become a part of the fold. And this is due to all of this light pressure that's happening, that's taking place on the planet. We're kind of like, part of it is like we're rewriting the grids a little bit and spreading the energy out by moving people out of these congested areas. It's like the energy gets spread out more throughout the earth, throughout the planet. So it can raise the frequency because we bring the energy through and we help to raise the planet by bringing the light into our bodies and grounding it in. I know I talk about these people that are coming into the fold and are willing to do the work, and they will become a part of our communities and things like that, and we will help them go through their awakening. All well and good. But there's also this aspect that I've talked about where it's like, yes, we need to have our boundaries. We need to have our resilience. So this is all going to be happening. This energy is happening, and we are learning to face it. We are learning to be in it and not be of it. So I want to talk about this part, this thing that came through. So I was in meditation and I could just feel this tap on my shoulder. And I was like, okay, who's here? And it was Jesus and a couple of the other ascended masters. So I sat down with them, and how timely as Easter is approaching. And Jesus was like, I want to remind you of why I came, because it's twofold for him as well. You know, he represents like this embodiment of what we're supposed to be, of what we're ascending into. He was like the original light worker. So like really high dimensional one. So he told me, he's like, I came to not only show people that they are love and that they are light and to believe in that, but I also came to show people that it is safe to face your pain. He said, this is one of the biggest lessons I came to show people. And that was part of his fate, to face the pain of this world and know that it has no control over us. It had no control over him. And he's like, this is what the crucifixion was really all about. I went through this pain. I let people throw their stuff at me. I let them accuse me and persecute me and kill me. I let them have my blood and my body. But he goes, but I didn't let them have my soul. He goes, that's why I came back after I died, and I appeared to my disciples and my mother and a few other folks to show them they didn't take me. This pain didn't take me over. But I faced it because that was my fate. That's what I came here to do. That was his soul mission. He wanted to show people that just because it's painful doesn't mean it can take you over. Just because this world is cruel and harsh doesn't mean we can't face it. It doesn't take our soul. And I know some of you are probably listening to this right now like, oh God, I don't want to face people. And I get it. Believe me, I get it. So there's this double side to this. If you think about your awakening, what was the most transformative thing for you? Not just having these awarenesses and waking up to the way the world really is, but it was probably when you decided, I'm going to dive into my pain and face it. That's the most transformative thing. And there's so much safety in that by deciding to do that. And when you come out the other side, you're lighter. And it's like, that's what Jesus wanted to show us too. There's so much benefit in facing our pain. And I'm not saying all of us are going to be facing all this pain, but there is this pain that comes with facing the world, of offering who we are to the world and this awakening collective. And the people also who don't want to awaken. And I think a lot of us are still holding this pain of, I don't want to. I just want to get away from these people. And I get it. We've had lifetime after lifetime after lifetime where it's just like they take from me or they take me. And it's just like I'm just beaten down. I'm so tired of dealing with these people. But this is why we came. It's why Jesus came, to face these people. So I want to go even deeper here. Let's get really quantum. I've been dealing with this wound. I'm like, I just got to get away from these people. It's so difficult. And I'm like, I know that's not right. I know that's not right. If I came here to help the planet, yes, I'm here to be the lighthouse. But also, I'm not here to be a lighthouse that's like hiding in the trees and is like, I don't want people to see me. The people who want to find me will find me. It's like, no, I'm here to shine bright for everybody. You know? And if some like little teenage fuckers want to come spray paint on me, oh well, that's just what's happening, you know? Then I got words on my lighthouse. I don't know if that's a great example, but like, it's just like, this is just why we're here. And I want to take this even deeper. I've been looking at my Lemuria and Atlantean lifetimes. So if you don't know what Lemuria and Atlantis is, it's okay. These are ancient civilizations that fell. I'm not going to get into all the ins and outs of it, but they were highly advanced. Specifically Lemuria. I believe this was in the Pacific Ocean, and Lemuria was this beautiful place. It was peaceful. It had sparkly waters and sunshine, and people contributed to the community by offering who they are. And it was just this give and take. And like they built this beautiful place, and it was energetically wonderful. They were so consciously and energetically advanced. My soul loved, absolutely loved living there. And Atlantis really became a very dense, eventually a dense civilization. They were technologically advanced, but my lifetime there was not good. When I looked at it, it was just like, man, I really hate the Atlanteans. All they do is take. They killed me. They took my power and my knowledge. They wanted it for themselves. So they just, even though I kept saying no, they took it from me. And it feels very similar to the energy that's still around today. People just like, do it for me. If you're not going to do it, I'm going to take it from you. And it's like, oh my God, how do we deal with this? So I was told that we agreed as souls to come in and face that, to be a part of this pain. Just like we did with these industries, we had to go into them and experience them, then pull it out of our system. And the same with this. The same with we came into this earth system to experience people wanting to like take from us, wanting to use us, wanting to need us, to people please for them, whatever it may be. And we could say no, 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 and they just keep badgering us about it. This is the system that we're trying to break. So as lightworkers, we agreed over and over again to come in and experience that, to face the pain. So that it's like we know this is why we're here. Because the more we face that and we transmute it within our system, it goes bye-bye. It doesn't exist anymore. And this is what we're here to do, to eliminate this system of rinse and repeat of pain. So how do we do that? We stay in our sovereignty. It's like Jesus went through all of that pain, but the whole time he still knew who he was. And this is what we do. We come in over and over again. And we be who we are. We offer who we are. But this time, we actually get to like really do it. Yes, we still got to deal with a bunch of BS from people and their neediness. And can you do this for me? And when you tell them no, then they get hostile or whatever. It's just a part of the game. And the more that we can be like, all right, this is just a part of it. This is just what it is. And we face it, the more it goes away. The more we set boundaries and stay in our sovereignty and say, no, I can't do that for you. No, I can't talk on the phone right now. No, I can't come visit you. No, I can't do these things. It doesn't work for me. No, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. Whatever it is. And let people tailspin. And they're probably going to throw their shit at us. But we just have to know even more strongly who we are, our light, why we're here. And this is like something that we are just like sawing through right now. And I think a lot of people feel this and they're like, I miss home, but I don't know where home is. Like my soul, I miss Lemuria. I just want to go back. It was so wonderful there. And I'm so mad at this world because they took it. And I think some of us are like, gosh, I hate being here. I just want to get away from people. Or I want to have my little hut in the woods and like have everyone leave me alone. But you didn't come here to do that. You came here to face these people and not let them affect you so much. So if it's affecting you, it's okay. I really think there's this portion of this with our nervous system. It's all in our nervous system. So if you're being called, be like, I need to work on my stress responses, I say do it. Like nervous system work. I've been doing a lot of this, and I'm even starting this program that I found online to help with my nervous system, because it's like the more I can calm that and know I'm safe, that I am safe in this world, the easier it's going to be. The more I can step into my sovereignty and ground into who I am. And that when somebody tries to tell me I'm crazy or I'm weird for putting videos like this on YouTube, or that I'm wrong, I can tell them to go kick rocks. I don't care. Say, I don't care. Or they're trying to get me to like do what they want, and I say no, and then they like try to tell me I'm a bad person. I'll just say, okay, I don't care. And this is the point we need to get to. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's like we're learning to be love and at the same time not give a shit. I know that's like, what is this woman talking about? You know, Mel Robbins, I don't know if any of you listen to her, but she has this theory of like, let them. Okay, they want to throw a tantrum because you're not doing what they want, then let them. And I think it's brilliant. It's this brilliant, very simple idea where it's like, okay, they want to go crazy because I said no. Like, just let them. We don't have to take it as this very visceral thing for ourselves. We're learning to separate ourselves from it. So this is really important. We came in here to experience this so that we can then pull the system out. And as we do that, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and starts to disintegrate. So everybody's doing this through their awakening and by stepping into their light work. So I want to leave you with this. My guides have this really beautiful message that they said about Lemuria and these other planets and this wanting to go home. Whether you feel like you're from the Pleiades or, Arcturus or whatever, or you're an angel and you're like, I just want to go home. I want to go back to that energy. They said those places that we want to go back to, they were that way because we made it that way. Our energy made it that way. My soul loved Lemuria because I brought who I was to that place. We were more in our truth and our authenticity. So the more we do that here, the more that this place becomes like those places. Those places live inside of us. It's an energy, it's a frequency. Just like the knowledge of the universe, the knowledge of our awakening, it lives inside of us. We're not here to go back to those places. We're not here to get away from these people. We're here to very much be in it. We're here to very much be in it. And bring home and bring these other beautiful places here. We are incredible creators. And it's all inside of us. That home that we want, it's right here in our heart. Start offering it. Don't let people take it. If they do, it's okay. Pull it back, do some energy work, whatever. Let's not take this so seriously. Let's not take such offense to everything or get so defensive or get so scared of like, oh my gosh, if I offer myself out, like what if all these people come in? Yeah, they probably are. It's probably all going to happen, but it's okay. We are safe. Keep tuning into that sense of home within yourself. And when we do that, that's how we shift. We are here to show people what home really feels like. We're here to create a new home. You know, when people want to build their dream house and they like buy a plot of land and they're working with like architects and builders and things to like build this house and they have the money and everything like that, it's like, yeah, let's build our dream house. And they do, and it might take like several years, and they have this beautiful life in it afterwards. Sure, there's still stuff that happens, but it's like, this is what we're doing now. We have the energy, we have the resource inside of us, we have the resource outside of us with our guides, this energetic support, to build our dream home. So let's build it together. We're all here to support each other. Throw some support in the comments. I see you. What are you building? Let me know. I want to know. Let me know in the comments. We're all in this together. Even if we never see each other in person, we feel the energy. The earth will be what it is because of what we are. If you think about the way the earth is right now, it is the way it is because of what we've been. And not just us, the powers that are or are falling or were, whatever you want to call them, and how they manipulated everyone, that's reflected on the planet. So let's start pulling away. Let's not care what people think. Let's not care if people come at us. We got something bigger to do. You want to tell me I'm an asshole because I don't want to hang out? I don't care. You know, that's selfish. You need me to sacrifice me to do what you want and fit your story. And we want to make sure we're not doing that to other people too. Oh, I need you to heal faster or whatever. Letting everybody have their path and what they need. But also we're maintaining our sovereignty. You're having what you need. And if that is space for a little bit, that's totally fine. But I want to let you know you came here to be in it. Whatever that looks like for you. If in it looks like I'm offering a meditation class at a little yoga studio in my little town, and that's in it for you, beautiful. Thank you for your service. If in it means I want to be a speaker and I want to speak to hundreds of thousands of people and do TED Talks and all these things, then do it. Be in it. There's a range of being in it. But if you are like, I'm too afraid because I don't know how people are going to react, it's time to look at that. It's time to look at that resistance. Okay, just to recap. The industries are going to fall because of the consumer. The consumer is waking up. They're looking for more depth. We have something to offer. And they're going to seek it out. These heavy light quotients that are hitting the planet, they're putting a lot of pressure on certain areas to push people out of their comfort zones, to make them seek higher consciousness. And that also causes, they're going to leave these industries, and that causes the industries to crumble too. You know, there's this other funny thing that my guides told me is that when like the new earth industries start taking off and the consumers are going towards that more, this awakening collective, it's like the powers that were are going to be like, look what they're doing. We need to do what New Earth is doing, and they're going to try to do it. And I'm going to use the entertainment industry as an example because that's what my guides gave me. It's like let's say someone starts New Earth Entertainment, like some type of that, whatever that may be. If it's another streaming service, something like that. And people are really consuming that. The old industry is going to be like, we need to do something like that. Let's figure it out. And it feels like they'll just throw in these random terms like light worker, New Earth, and these concepts that they can't really grasp, but they've like taken them from, the newer industries. And people are going to watch them and be like, what is this? Like, what are they doing? They're going to feel the fakeness of it. So you have to trust the work that you're doing, because even if they try to take it from you, your idea, your thoughts, whatever you build, this old system, like, it's not going to resonate for people anymore. So keep trusting your path, keep going forward. If this, the old earth is picking at you, it's okay. Just work through it. Like, find help, whatever you need to do, whether that's a friend, a healer, a mentor of some sort, you want to do a session. It's just like, find that and let's work through it. Because we really are. We're peeling this system out of us. We're peeling these old industries. We're peeling this way of doing and letting it affect us so much. When we get reactive, when we let it affect us, we're still plugging into that system. So it's just like, okay, let it be there. I'm going to be in it, but not of it. And however these industries try to replicate what we're doing, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So stay true to you. Be in your authenticity. Get weird. Like, if you feel like the thing you're wanting to do is weird, then that's probably the thing you should do. Oh my gosh, I got this intuition about, offering this yoga class where I also channel and teach people to like channel, and we're bending our body in this way, and so we can receive a certain message. It's like, that's weird. And it's like, no, it's not. That's the new earth. So trust yourselves. Don't be afraid to be in it. Home is inside of you. We are here to establish that frequency of the home we want to be in. Here, we're building our dream homes. So trust the process. We're really building our resilience this year, our resources and our resilience to this old earth as we peel away from it. It's going to get easier and easier. I promise you. The effect of it is going to get easier and easier. So however you need to do that, whether that's subconscious work, neuroplasticity work, maybe it's just like, I'm just going to take some deep breaths. Do it. So thank you so much for being here. The industries are going to start to crumble and people are going to start awakening. And you are setting yourself up to hold the energy, to hold this new presence of home on the planet. I thank you for doing that from the bottom of my heart and being here with me. I can't wait to see how everything unfolds and what the new is going to be across the earth. So exciting. I'll talk to you guys soon.